TGIF, my friends. Thank God I'm free. Thank God we're free, right? Maybe you stopped in because you want to learn more about AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, or you want to stop in and learn a bit about eBay, which is not related to Alcoholics Anonymous. However, I've been sober for quite a while, and just this morning I had like this aha moment. The similarities of eBay and AA. In AA, one of the most popular sayings is one day at a time. If you're not ready for that saying, you might be questioning that. Like, what do you mean one day at a time? I got to stay sober for the rest of my life. That's a game that you play. Maybe it is a game. However, especially in the beginning of sobriety, it really, really is important for you to think about it like that. Just for today, stay sober. Matter of fact, break it down to hours or minutes if you have to. It's a real valuable tool. I can't emphasize that enough. Don't get me wrong, after 20 plus years of being sober, I hear that. I'm not going to say I throw up in my mouth, but I hear it so much, one day at a time. Now, another thing I hear in AA is that time doesn't matter. And that usually comes from people that have a lot of time. Like, I know this one person that always says they have over 30 years of sobriety, said, time doesn't matter. Whoever woke up earlier this morning, the earliest this morning, has the most sobriety. Now, I want newcomers to know that. And there is some truth in it. However, time does matter. Consistency with being sober, from my experience, matters. We go through situations being sober that maybe we never went through before when we were drinking. And it's a huge, valuable tool to chalk those experiences up. They're going to be very valuable in the future when you come across that experience again. All right, so there's my say on AA and some of the things in AA. Now here's why it's similar to eBay, for my sake. Well, in my opinion. eBay, when you sell on eBay, you get small sales. That's been my experience. Now, I didn't become a millionaire from eBay. I want to be honest with you guys. I became a millionaire from real estate. I kind of fell into real estate. I shouldn't say I fell into it. I've always wanted to do real estate. I was so passionate about it. And only getting sober could I put some things together so that I can get into it. That's a whole nother story of how I got into it, because it's a pretty cool story. So anyway, I didn't get to be a millionaire from eBay. However, the similarities between eBay and AA are this. eBay I do these small sales, like one day of sobriety. They seem like they're not going to add up. Like if I do a $10 sale today and then I don't sell for a couple days, I do another $10 sale. It's almost like, oh man, why even do it? It's not even worth it. It is worth it. What I did was I made a decision before I started selling on eBay that every dollar that I made from eBay was going to be earmarked for an account in a Schwab account to buy some stocks. I'm not going to get into stocks. I'm not a know-it-all with stocks. They're pretty conservative, but every dollar that I make from eBay, I put over to a Schwab account. That Schwab account has now grown. It's nothing to sneeze at, don't get me wrong. On a house, I liked getting into real estate because they were big scores. That's what I like. I like big scores. So I'll buy a house and I'll make $100,000 profit. I like that. I like making $100,000 in just a few months, right? However, it doesn't always work like that. All right, just taking a sip of my coffee. eBay does not work like that. eBay is small, incremental wins, just like days of sobriety. So if you're thinking about getting sober and it's hard and you're in your first couple days or first couple weeks and you're like, I don't even know if this is worth it. It is worth it. Hang on. Just don't drink. Just don't drink. Get another day of sobriety under your belt. It will get better. With eBay, what is it now? It's tomorrow's going to be November 1st. The end of the year will be one full year I've been selling on eBay. I started, selling $10 things here, $20 things here, and I go to garage sales, which is a whole nother thing. Like, I love going to garage sales with my wife. My wife is the negotiator, by the way. We have a great time. We go around to 4 or 5 different yard sales, garage sales, estate sales, and then I sell the stuff during the week. And in the beginning, I was like, I don't think I want to do this, but I made a commitment. Just like in AA, we suggest to new people, come give us a try for 90 days. If it's not for you at the end of 90 days, I don't say this, but the big book says this. Go out and try some more controlled drinking. Bearing in mind, meanwhile, what we've told you about alcoholism. And if you find that you're an alcoholic after you go back out and you try it again, I'm not suggesting that you go try it again, by the way. But if you do, and then you say, oh man, I can't stop drinking, those guys were right, come back in. Open arms. We're welcoming you with open arms, no judgment. Come back in. So many people relapse and come back in. That's my story. 10 years of sobriety, forgot that I was an alcoholic, went back out. It was horrible. After 2 years, homeless, penniless, friendless. Anyway, I wanted to get back to eBay because it was like a brainstorm this morning. Like, So because I made a commitment to sell on eBay for at least 90 days to see what happens in 90 days, and I made a commitment to take every dollar from eBay and put it over into the Schwab account, I'm approaching $20,000. So I know that that's nothing to sneeze at. Don't get me wrong. However, comparatively speaking, making $100,000 on each house, I'm almost tempted to say it's not a big deal, but it is a big deal. $20,000 selling on eBay that came about from $10, $15, $20 sales. I tried to get 1% better every day on eBay, and I just saw the similarities between getting sober and selling on eBay, and it was like, So if you're trying to get sober and you don't think 1 day, 1 minute, 1 hour more of sobriety matters, it does. It adds up. And at the end of 90 days or 6 months or a year, you can look back at the changes in your life and you can be like, this is amazing, amazing. I now know what they're talking about when they say I have a life beyond my wildest dreams. I know what they're talking about. So hang on, stay sober. If you're thinking about getting into eBay, then there's a suggestion for you. Look at the big picture. Earmark the money that you're making and put it someplace so you can see it accumulate. I'm going to close on this. I am a veteran and I get a very small disability. I broke my shoulder and did some other stuff when I was in the Army. And I get a 20% disability rating, which in the beginning was like $200 a month. It's now up to like $350 a month. And that was from, how long ago was that from? That was from almost 30 years ago. I never earmarked any of that money. I just spent it. Every time it came into my account, I would just spend it, and I had nothing to show for it at the end of the day. eBay, doing what I'm doing now, it feels like such an accomplishment. So I hope something I said today could maybe spark some enthusiasm, some motivation for you to stay sober, or maybe start, whether it's eBay or something else, to see that small things, getting 1% better each day matters. Have a fantastic weekend.